1. Just the greatest hits from my Facebook page over the last few days. Lady just came in to check into the hotel and was chewing some food, and just threw her credit card at me and stared at me. What? Do you have a reservation? Do you want a room? What planet are you visiting from?
How many rooms do you have?
We have 99 rooms.
So give me one.
But you see, all 99 rooms have people in them already. That's what I meant when I said we were sold out. Head desk. Why is the lobby bathroom out of order? Because one of you geniuses broke it.
Why are there so many taxes on my bill? Are these for real?
No, I just made them all up to mess with you. Bye-bye, have a good day. Where is the breakfast? Cross the driveway and to the left. Repeat this interaction 99 times, and you have an accurate picture of my morning. Happy Sunday. Other greatest hits include... Can I have a late checkout? No, go home.
I want a discount, my neighbor is showering.
No, go home. I can't turn on the air conditioner. Try pushing the on switch, it works wonders. Can I park here? No, that is the absolute fucking middle of the driveway. You cannot park there for 2 hours while you glare at us for your room not being ready 4 hours before checkout. Go home. This was too expensive. How am I supposed to get home? I don't care, but go there. Please, I'm begging you to go to your homes and never leave again, since your first outing into the world seems to have been so stressful for me. I mean you.
Where's the Starbucks?
Still across the street where I've told you it was every single day for the last 3 days. You've come back from there with Starbucks. It's still over there. Like, look, see my Starbucks cup? I've just come from there, and the same Starbucks I've sent you for 3 fucking days is still operational.
Where's the big fucking tourist attraction?
I drew you a map yesterday and printed you directions, and you're holding an iPad and an iPhone. And I helped you book your tour. It's still exactly where I said literally 5 hours ago.
Where's the airport? I flew here, you know.
That place you got out of a metal tube with the purest of intentions to drive me nuts? That's the airport. You've just come from there. You don't have a car, just order a car and have someone take you there. Who cares where it is? Tomorrow is my Friday. Thank the Lord. 2. I've written here before about the co-worker drama at my job. Didn't think it could get much worse than another FD attendant taking a picture of me talking to the general manager and accusing me of sleeping with him, and a housekeeper peeing on someone's toothbrush. But the story continues. Over the past few months, one FD attendant got drunk, slept with a guest, and took a nap all in one shift. The general manager didn't fire her until a few weeks later. She passed out on the sidewalk outside of the hotel after she clocked out because she was so messed up on something, and also might be pregnant by a guest. One of the housekeepers gang-banged around 8 of the guests. The FD attendant and the housekeeper also had a threesome with a guest. A different housekeeper slept with a guest and had a positive pregnancy test, but has since had a few negative ones. Also, the GM got arrested for drunk driving and went to jail, used his work release to take naps at the hotel. This has all happened within the past 3 months. I have always been the GM's favorite because I cover every shift when needed, and do half of his job so he rarely shows up for work. The owner of the hotel started calling about a week and a half ago, inquiring where the GM is all the time, and why none of the maintenance issues are getting fixed. GM is also the maintenance man. All of the employees finally had enough and stopped lying for him, and I suddenly was promoted to assistant manager. GM is very angry about this because he is now replaceable, and the owner is tired of paying him to be there for 40+ hours per week, when he's only working maybe 6 hours per week. So the whole week I have been on my own, no clue what I'm doing but getting things done. I've worked on both of my weekends off, doing housekeeping one day so one of them could have a day off finally, and trying to set up the new system. On Monday, I found out that we are changing our system and the name of our hotel. I'm expected to have the whole system learned and set up by Monday morning, after I just did an hour-long training course on Friday. Luckily, the other employees have been very helpful in picking up the extra work that needs to be done. But it would be great if I even knew what the name of our hotel is at this point. Basically, I'm an FD attendant, assistant manager, and GM all rolled into one every single day. I have no clue what I'm doing, and I don't even know what our hotel is named. Update. Basically, everyone is ready to quit, myself included. The owner has decided that unless there are at least 20 rooms, there will be no housekeeping. We have about 60 rooms with at least 5 out of order at a time, so it's a fairly small hotel. So on those days when there won't be housekeeping, basically every day, front desk will also do all of the housekeeping and the housekeepers basically don't have a job. And he's cutting all of the front desk employees down to 30 hours per week. And I was given a whole $1 more an hour raise when I'm making myself miserable to keep this place running right now. Also, all of the gangbang employees are gone, and we have decided to call ourselves the Janks. We'll be shut down by this time next week. It's a good possibility. 3. Me. Good morning, and thank you for calling the ABC Hotel. Man. Yeah, my name is Mr. Johnson. I'm a higher tier rewards member, and I stayed 2 days ago and I realized I left my notebook in the room. He has this better-than-you attitude, and all around sounds like a dick. Me. I'm so sorry. I just pulled your info up. Let me take a look in our lost and found really quick, and I will call you right back. Man. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I stay at all kinds of hotels, and I have left things behind, and I never get them back. This will be the 20-somethingth time where I have called a hotel because I've left my iPad, or my expensive watch, or my expensive jacket, and I never seem to get them back. So I'm hoping this will be the first time I actually get my items back. Me. Okay, sure, absolutely. Suspicion is rising now. Our housekeepers have always turned in things they find, ranging from travel-sized empty bottles of shampoo to entire wallets filled with cash, so, man. Well, here's the thing. What you're telling me is the same thing that every hotel tells me. We never found your iPad. We never found your $600 watch. So what kind of protocol do you go through where every one of your brands can't seem to find lost items? Are they taking things home with them? Me. I will check to... Man, I mean honestly, I am the type of person that expects better from your brand. Me. Sir, I can assure you that if it was left in the room, our housekeepers... Man. You're telling me the same story that the last 13 hotels have told me. And coincidentally, none of them seem to find my items, so in the back of my head, I just know that the housekeepers are stealing my things. Me. Sir, I will check in housekeeping. Then I will call you back and let you know if your item was turned in. Man. Alright. I want a response, though. 20 minutes later, and searching through Lost and Found, and asking the housekeeping department if they forgot to turn any Lost and Found items in when this guy checked out. Me. Calls Guy. Sir, unfortunately, I do not see anything turned in. Man. Why am I not surprised? I mean, honestly, is this how you treat your higher-tier elite members? By hiring thieves for housekeepers? Me. Sir, I'm sorry, but... Man. This is absolutely ridiculous. That notebook had important information I wrote down for my company, and you can't find it. Me getting irritated now because I am apparently not allowed to speak. Well, sir, I can continue to keep an eye out for your notebook. Man, well, housekeeping probably stole it or threw it away, right? Me, no. They would have turned it in if... Man, if your hotel is anything like the last few hotels, which your story is the same as them, I wouldn't doubt if they stole the notebook. Maybe you should go up to the housekeeper that cleaned my room, which I know the system shows which housekeeper cleaned which rooms, so you can't lie to me, and talk to them. Intimidate them. and just say, so there is something that you maybe want to turn in to me. Maybe something you forgot to turn in yesterday. Me, sir, I am a manager here. I know my housekeepers would turn your item in if you left it in your room. I will continue to keep an eye out for it, though, and definitely reach out to you if it is located. But both the housekeepers who inspect the rooms and turn in the lost and found items said nothing was found in the room. The room was cleaned and rented out since your stay, and the guests never turned anything into the room that the housekeepers missed. If they had missed an item that maybe fell under the bed or behind the desk by the wall. I don't know how other hotels run, but every hotel I've stayed at and every hotel I've worked at all operate the same way. Housekeepers turn in anything and everything they find in the room that is not in the trash or hotel property. Man, well, here's the thing. I'm the kind of person where if I don't get my items back, I will keep calling back until I get my item. And if you won't respond, I will contact a higher level and tell them that this property is incompetent and stealing from their guests. I'll go to corporate, I'll go to customer care, I'll make sure I get my item. That's what I had to do for the other hotels I stayed at that said the same story you're saying. Me, well sir, I will call you if I find anything. I'm sorry that you left your item behind. Maybe double check your bags as well, because sometimes people will think they left an item somewhere and then realize it was underneath something, or they put it somewhere they usually never put it. But if I may suggest something to help you out, if you tend to leave your items behind where you stay, which it does happen every now and again because after all, we are humans, perhaps before leaving, make sure you have everything important with you the night before, so you can just get up and dressed and go. I used to have the same problem myself. I'd leave everything either at my house or at my job, but doing this has helped me get a lot better about it, so I'm always prepared. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if there is anything else I can assist you with. And I heard him start to say something, but I hung up. I'm tempted to call customer care or something, to see if, since he claims he leaves items behind at so many hotels, and they never find the items, if he's just using that to get compensation or points, and build up his membership status level. Maybe see if I can get him flagged for other hotels. 4. Tonight I checked in the most argumentative and combative guest I've ever encountered. Every time I think to myself, my God, it can't get worse than this person. It does. I don't even know how to explain this man's behavior, but I will do my best. He comes in to check into 2 rooms, both at a discounted rate for Snowflake members. He immediately says, "I'd like to use my points for one of the rooms. At our property, we cannot switch them over. Those have to be booked through central reservations. I know this isn't the case at all properties, but this brand's properties are all individually owned, so policies differ. It's a firm no from our accounting department on this issue." The first words out of his mouth were, "Okay, then cancel both these rooms then." He slams his things down onto the desk and begins turning red. I said, "Okay," and hand him back his ID and card. Then he backpedals and goes, No, that's ridiculous. I am a snowflake, and you're gonna waive that policy for me." The tone of his voice and the look on his face all tell me this man truly believes I am willing to break policy simply because he is so special. I tell him no, and let him know he's welcome to call central reservations. He gets on the phone with them and simultaneously asks to speak with the manager. I tell him they'd be happy to speak with him in the morning, and he says, "Nope, now." At this point, he has made it clear that he's convinced himself he's the only person in the world that matters. I've never encountered someone so entitled. The way he spoke, the fact that he was so sure of himself was astounding. It's hard to convey through text. The poor guy in central reservations answers, "I wish I could have warned him about what was to come." Any normal, logical thinking person would say, "Hey, there was a misunderstanding with my reservations, and I'd like to book different ones using my extra points." But no, this snowflake is extra special. So he launches into a spiel about how the awful front desk person is telling him he's shit out of luck, and can't believe this is happening to a member of this status. He's not even the highest tier, which I just realized and I'm now laughing about. I mean, don't we understand just how much money he spends with us? He interrupts the guy at every turn, shouting the confirmation number of the original reservations at him. At this point, I say to him, just tell him you want to book a room using your points. I'm met with the death glare of the century, but he obliges and says just that. The guy on the other line goes, perfect, in what city? He loses it, saying, can't you tell from the confirmation I just gave you what city it is? Just make me a new reservation using my points. He retreats to the seating area of the lobby, so I only get snippets of the rest of his phone call. I am desperately hoping that we don't have any rooms for tonight available for points. I almost wanted to see what his reaction would have been, but unfortunately we had the availability. At one point, the guy at Central asks him for his membership number, to make sure he has the points, and he goes, I've given you all the info you needed. I don't understand how this is so difficult for you. During this time, I manage to regain my composure. I check in another guest, and then I see the new reservations come through. The rest of the check-in process goes pretty smooth. I choose the kill him with kindness technique, and I am extremely proud of myself. I feel this is worth mentioning. When I asked him for his license plate number, he says, come on, you really need the plate number? I mean, you can't even get this car in the US, so what does it matter? Dude, what? I genuinely have a headache, and I believe that my only option at this point is to seek professional help. I am mostly kidding. How do I go on knowing these people exist? How much longer will I subject myself to this? Only time will tell, my friends. In the meantime, I will sleep soundly tonight knowing just how good it feels to be nice to people. 5. It was a very cold, gloomy morning on New Year's Day. The town is silenced by the aftermath of New Year's Eve partygoers, so I know there will be snowflakery without a doubt. Angry, hungover, entitled guests roaming aimlessly around the property looking for the chicken coop, breakfast, and crack juice. Coffee. So far, my whole morning shift actually wasn't that bad, although like any bad bitch such as myself would ever let their guard down, I felt a little suspicious about it. Like in any moment, some bigot burlesque Queen of Hearts is gonna crash through the building yelling, off with your head. The phones weren't ringing, doors weren't loudly propped open, and even our busy street wasn't so busy at all. All I could hear was our fax machine farting papers. Silence was deafening for sure. Then out of nowhere, I see a white construction truck pull up. At this point, I'm like, fuck, I work the morning shift. I shouldn't be checking anyone at this time. Even though it was like 11:45, and I need 15 more minutes till checkout time. So I adjust my tie, make sure my tear ducts didn't have any dry boogers, and was ready to check in or check out this guest. Alas, Bob the Builder walks in. Except he wasn't as jolly as portrayed in the cartoons. He looked mad and sad at the same time. Harsh crow's feet everywhere on his face. He went from Bob the Builder to Walter White from Breaking Bad. Bob marches into the lobby with his nose flared up, staring at me dead in the face. Bob, I need 3 rooms, now. I'm a Butthole Select member, and you guys have my company's card on file. It's pretty normal for construction workers to check in early due to their job being scheduled at weird hours, but I get it. I already feel that poopy butthole dick vibe radiating off of him. This is going to be interesting. Mind you, it's a holiday, so it's a sold-out night, and on top of that, it was early. Me. Alright, let me see if we have availability today. I check, and I see that we have no rooms available. I'm sorry, sir, but it looks like we're sold out to... Bob. The hell? Looks around the lobby. What the hell do you mean you're sold out? Shakes his head as he rolls his eyes to heaven. How can you be sold out? There are no cars out in the parking lot. Yeah, because it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which is our checkout time. So yeah, that's why our parking lot is empty. Oh, and prior to that, check-in is at 3 p.m. You platypusy ass bitch. Me. I'm sorry, sir, but the reason why our parking lot is empty is because people have already checked out, and check-in isn't till 3 p.m. Plus, it's New Year's Day, which is the reason why we're sold out. Bob. Well, I'm a Butthole Select member and I need these rooms. I come here a lot, and I never have a problem up until now. Me. I really wish I did have these rooms, but unfortunately we are sold out. There isn't much I can do for you. We might get cancellations, but I cannot guarantee that we will or not. You can call later on in the day to see if we do get any cancellations. We most likely will have cancellations, but like the nice human being I am, or a descendant from heaven of glory and goodness, I will personally call the companies to confirm whether their workers, who happen to be our regulars, will be coming in on this particular holiday. Bob. This is bullshit. He rests his hand onto his hip like the Victoria's Secret model he is, huffing and puffing, shaking his head in disapproval. Me. Here, grabs a pen and paper. Give me your name and number and I'll try to reach you if we have anything. Bob. It's Bob. B-O-B. Bedwetter. And the phone number is area code 555-555. Puss. Me. Alright, Mr. Bedwetter. You have a wonderful day. Bob stomps his way out of the door without saying anything back. Meanwhile, I look into my list of arrivals to identify the regulars. I start making calls and sure enough, did eventually find a couple of cancellations. It got a bit busy, but an hour had passed. The phone rings all of a sudden. Shit, it's Bob, I bet. I look at the clock only to realize that I had forgot to give him a call, and it's nearly 2:30 p.m., close to our normal check-in time. Anyways, I pick up the phone and it was Bob. Me. Thank you for calling, Hal. This is Sugar Titty Panda. How can I help you? Bob. I'm looking to see if you got any rooms for tonight. I need them and I need 3. I, of course, recognize that raspy, angry voice of his. Me. Oh, is this Bob Bedwetter? Bob. Yeah. Just say yes, don't exaggerate your answer. Me. I was just going to give you a call to inform you that we, yes, indeed had a couple of cancellations, so I have your rooms ready. Bob. Okay. Did you add my Snowflake Rewards account on there? Me. Yes, you're a Butthole Select member, and we appreciate your loyalty to the brand. Bob. And also you have my credit card authorization from there too, right? Me. I would hope so. What company? Bob. What do you mean, what company? At this point, I'm already frustrated with this princess. Me. Well, we have a lot of credit card forms from other companies and specific guests. May I ask what company or... Bob. The company of company. Me. Okay, I'll get the authorization and add it to the reservation. Bob hangs up. My mind is blown away that there are people just like him in this world, and it's sickening. Whatever happened to being nice and polite? But whatever, what can we do? Simply just water off a duck's back. Make it a funny moment, and share it with others who would understand. A few weeks later I was working yet again the morning shift. Everything was going smooth up until the phone rings. I picked up the phone. Me. Thank you for calling, Hal. This is Sugar Titty Panda. How may I serve you, my lord? Him. Yeah, I'd like to make a reservation for 3 rooms, and I'm a Butthole Select member. Judging by the cringy, suffering inferiority complex of his voice, I knew this was Bob the Builder. Me, yeah, I certainly do. Are you looking for a single king or 2 queen beds? Bob, what I always get. And you guys have my credit card information. I didn't bother being a dick this time, just cause being a dick to someone who's completely incompetent to anything and everything would only make me frustrated. Stupid will always be stupid. Anyways, I gave him 2 queen beds cause they were a bit more than the single king. He didn't specify what type of room, nor did I question whose name is under the credit card form. I just wanted to get this out of the way before I lose my cool. Me, alrighty then, just need a first and last name. He gives me the information and again asks me if I have his Snowflake member account attached to the reservation. I had to confirm this twice to him within a 5-second time frame within the conversation, that I indeed added his butthole rewards. And then he says, Bob, oh, and by the way, I went to your hotel last week. to book some rooms and the guy behind the counter said he was sold out. He scoffs like an idiot. Sold out? On a Monday? On top of that, he told me to leave the property and find other hotels. I got to tell you, that guy was rude to me, and you should definitely tell the manager about his work ethic. This fucking pathetic fool had the audacity to talk about it through the phone, not knowing it was me he was dealing with. And the fact that he lied about it pissed me off so much. Me. Oh, I do apologize for this person's attitude towards you. But I'll have you know that if it was last Monday that you're talking about, it was New Year's Day, which is a very busy day for us. So it is definitely certain that we were sold out. I'll also take a note of it and talk to my manager. My manager is the shit and won't believe his ass anyways. Bob. Yeah, could you? He just wasn't professional about it. Me. Yeah, no worries. I'll definitely report my attitude to the manager and tell her the two different sides of the story of what happened that day. Is there anything else I can help you with? Bob. Hangs up. Moral of the story. Don't get caught up with your shit. Own your shit. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Confessions of a Hotel Worker number 7. Been a little while since I did one of these. Wasn't sure I'd be able to get my appropriately snarky and bitchy customer attitude back, but it was not hard to find at all. Yeah, I think that dude that kept calling up for the lost property was definitely just trying to fleece the hotels. Most likely hadn't left anything behind, and he just kept causing enough trouble for them that they would either replace the stolen goods or, more likely, give him money to the value or to just make him shut up and go away. I think it's most likely what he was doing. I think the person was right about that. Okay, with that I'm going to head off for now, so until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.